Sayless Media Outlet interview.
Yep.
So, who are you?
I'm Daquan Harris. Some people call me by my social media entity name, something like that, Lost 96er. And shoot photos, skate, and pretty much just like all that.
So, how did you get the username?
How did you get the username, mate?
How did you get the persona?
But it's actually funny because speaking about like that, how I got or how I came up with the username of Lost 96er, it was completely random because it's like how I even made an Instagram. I made an Instagram because it was like completely not really random at that point, but
it was the thing to do.
It was sort of the thing. Like I found out it was the thing to do, type thing because back when Rain Skate Shop was a thing, me and my homie Cody, we went to Falls Park and we were wearing rain shirts, and like one of the homies that was working there at the time and stuff like that, he said, "Oh, can I take a picture of you guys like wearing the rain shirts for the Instagram?" And I was like, "What's Instagram?" And he was like, "Oh, it's da da da." I was like 16, like 15 turned 16 at the time or something like that, and like I was just like, "Oh, all right, cool." Like you feel me? Like yeah, and like they ended up never posting a picture, so I was just like, "Dag," but then that made me create an Instagram. And I had made like an Instagram name like it's like a placeholder because like I didn't even expect.
Has it always been Lost 96?
Nah.
Oh really?
Yo, I had like a placeholder name because I didn't even like imagine to like keep the Instagram. I was just gonna treat it like how I used to treat like a Reddit account or like something like that. I'd just make an account and like probably never see that thing again. What was it like? It was the username was Fallen SB1 because
Sneakerhead.
Yeah, it sounded like that, bro.
Yeah.
I was always skating Fallens. I don't know, Nike SB was just a thing, and then one was just like I needed a number on there, so I just threw in the number 1. So I was like, forget it, number 1. And what was it? I remember what was it? I think I had got back on the Instagram and I seen like people like follow me and stuff like that. And it was like a lot of like like
you started
close
to
friends.
gain attention.
Yeah, it was like a good number of like close friends, like people I went to school with and stuff like that would follow me, and I was like, oh snap! I think I was like following like I was only following like Rain Skate Shop. Found out that Tom Assa had an Instagram, so I followed him.
Right.
I was like favorite skater at the time and everything, and like so I followed those two people, and then like you feel me? Like once I got back on to the Instagram, because I think like I didn't even like open that like from that day that I think it was Chris that took the pictures of us and stuff like that. Like I didn't even like get on that app for like 2 weeks until I remembered that whole entire thing. And then like I seen the followers and it was like 35 followers I had. I was like, what the fuck? So I was just like, maybe I should, use this and see what it is, because I was gonna use it strictly for just like skateboarding stuff anyway, just like posting like boards or whatever. And so I was just like, you know what should I just change my username to, because I don't want to have it. It's just Fallen SB1. That was just like, I just threw that just to like have something for that. And so like after like a little while of just like being super like just like lost to like what I could make it to, I was like, you know what? Since I'm lost at making a username for this, let me just have Lost in there. You feel me? And then like for some reason I just have this thing about me like incorporating my birth year and stuff like that, 1996, and this stuff. So I was just like, you know what, Lost 96, and that was just like, nah, it just like sounds like blank, like just like super bland and stuff. So I was just like, Lost 96er, you feel me? Like it might be new for some people, you feel me? Like if they'd be like, what the like why or whatever, but I don't know, it just sounded like it flowed or whatever. But it was mad bland, and before I added the dot, I had an underscore and everything, stuff like that, and so like. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have Lost _ 96er, and like that's pretty much just how that whole entire energy and like just like name came to be and stuff. So that's the backstory to my username, Lost 96er.
Did you always have like the same like kind of feed, or did you change it up and like delete stuff and then like add other stuff so that you could?
Definitely, because it's like when I first like. When I first started the Instagram, it was like all skateboarding, and then like it was like skateboarding, and then like selfies and stuff like that, yo. And then like after that, when I started getting more into photography and stuff like that, and like iPhone photography, then it was just like skateboarding. Then it was like less of selfies, and then it was just more of the iPhone photography and stuff like that. And then it just like it's like I seen it just like go through waves and stuff like that. Like, shoot, now I think about it is like in like 2 years, it's gonna be like 10 years since I had my Instagram, and just like thinking about like every sort of thing that same account went through, like from strictly skateboarding and selfies and then skateboarding like you feel me selfies and iPhone photography, then to just like strictly photography and stuff like that. It's just like I don't know, just like seeing everything just like go in waves and stuff. I look at it as just like sort of a thing of like you know, like people, like in a sense, like not saying like my Instagram's a living person or whatever, but it's just like
a representation. Yeah,
exactly.
Because I struggle with that too, where like I have people that I skate with that follow me, and then I have like my photography friends, and it's like, how do I keep like a good mix of both?
Exactly.
So that one group isn't like, oh well, this is all he posts, and then like
and then it just like goes, because and that's another thing too, because like a thing that I find funny is that like now, like it trips me out, because like if I do drop like a little skate like post,
people will be like, what, like I didn't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it's so crazy because like it like that's the new reaction and stuff, while before it was like
another skate post. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I find that funny, and like I find that sort of just like a little thing, like if you know, type thing. So I've always found that like neat in its own like right and everything. So yeah, man, I don't know. Keep. You feel me? More skate content possibly coming soon. Who knows? Definitely
exclusive. You heard it here first.
Boom.
There you go.
Me? Yeah. Yo.
So how did you actually get started like shooting?
Shooting, yo, it's funny because that's also like a sort of like, I don't want to say like complicated just like thing, but like back in 8th grade and stuff, I started getting Transworld skate magazines and stuff like that, and like specific, I still have it upstairs. Like I still have it. It's this one like Day One song like cover and stuff like that. And he was skating this like one like crazy just like I think it was like a ditch like drainer thing, and he did like a blunt slide on it. Something. He did some side trick over it, and just like I don't know, I loved everything about like the dramatic lighting of it, composition of it, and everything. And like I was just in 8th grade, I was just like, Dad, like you feel me, like this is sick. Like you feel me, like this is like,
how can I like create something like that?
Exactly, you feel me. And then I'll never forget like searching up like camera equipment and stuff like that. I was just like, wow, this is like mad expensive. I'm gonna need like a full-time job or just something,
right? Something to support it. Yeah,
exactly. I was just like, yo, like at the time I was like 14 and stuff, so I was just like, what, like yo, like you're like you're like 14 in like 8th grade, something like that. Like, like back to remember do math, but you feel me? Just so it's just like I was like, yo, like I'm definitely gonna need to, you feel me, like get some way somehow to just get like mad money for all this equipment and stuff. So like sort of like fizzled out on it. The one homie Cody and stuff, he was in our like my original skate group and stuff like that, where it was just like me, Cody, and like a bunch of other homies, and he was like the photographer and stuff like that, and like he was always like shooting all of our like skate content and stuff. And then like you feel me, like I would try and like, you know, like sometimes like use the camera, stuff like that, just to like, you know, get familiar with it. But then you feel me, like I was the main one that they were like, you feel me, like taking content and pictures of, like, you know, skating gaps and stuff. So it's just like, as far as like me even trying to be like behind the camera, it was like I would want to be behind the camera, but it was just like I'm the one, you feel me, like doing tricks or whatever and stuff like that. And like not saying like it was all about me in that skate group, but like you feel me, like I was the one like willing to do some like jumping down stuff like that. So it's just like, you feel me, like, you know, I, as far as like trying to get well versed like through the only way, like not saying like, oh, like use Cody for the camera or whatever, but like to try and use it, you feel me, like the homie was just like shooting me, so it was
a give and take.
Give and take type stuff. So but that was that. And then I remember what was it, so like that like fizzled out. It was like 2010, 2011. I was like, you know what, if I ever come to that maybe. You feel me?
Right.
And then like 2012, I think the Ride Channel started like doing like videos where
Yeah, the beginner like tutorial thing. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just like I was looking at that and I was like rebuilding my hype into like, you feel me, like wanting to like shoot photos and stuff like that. So I was just like, you know, I was like, that's cool and stuff. But then I think like I was just like, but then that just looks like mad complicated. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get like mad confused because I remember the one dude like he was like going through like not Photoshop, it was Lightroom, and he was just like going through.
So
like,
this is before you even knew how to use like all of the software and shit. Yeah.
like yeah, bro. Like honestly, it's funny because I honestly really started using like Lightroom my freshman year of college at our institute.
Oh really?
Yeah, bro. Like before.
So you're talking like 4 or 5 years of photography, and then like just
like and like really just like getting well versed into it because it's like at first I was like an iPhone photographer and stuff like that. I had like my little brick iPhone 4 and like like I was just like taking pictures on that thing like every freaking day, bro. Like just like every day I would just shoot something. And, like my older brother and stuff, like he would want to like, you know, take pictures and stuff like that. So like that was sort of my iPhone portrait photography thing before I even, because I always told myself like if I ever wanted to make the jump into it, I was not shooting portraits. Like and the only portraits or whatever I would have took was of my older brother Don, stuff like that. But yeah, bro, just going back to the whole entire thing with the Ride Channel stuff like that. I was just like, yo, like you feel me, like you know, that'll be, you know, like sick, but it looks just like too confusing.
It's too overwhelming,
And so like I just dropped that, and then you feel me, like the next year or whatever, like 2013, because that's when I got the iPhone 4, stuff like that, and I was just like snapping away, and that was just on like Visco, I think it was.
I remember that was a big like,
bro.
A lot of people use it. Even still, yeah. A lot of people.
And I honestly, cause shoot, there's still sometimes like, you feel me, like if I don't have my laptop on me and my camera has like the Wi-Fi capability thing, so it's just like I'll probably like take the image from my camera.
Yeah, I know they have like, you can do that with Lightroom now too. They have like a mobile app.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, yeah, and that's I'm probably gonna get like the mobile app for Lightroom and stuff, cause sometimes I honestly forget about that. I'm just like, Lightroom does have a mobile app that could just be on the go. You feel me? Just like do whatever I need to do. You feel me? Like add little, cause that tone curve in Lightroom, bro, like that really creates.
That's really the only reason you really need it.
Exactly. You feel me?
Like the other color stuff, I'm sure you can do it through like just the photo editing.
Just the photo editing.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just like that. Yeah. And then that's another thing too. Like with editing and stuff, like finding like a personal style and stuff like that, or just like not even like personal style, like saying like, oh, like this sets me apart from everywhere or like everyone else type stuff, but just like saying like, oh, you like shooting dark and moody shit, boom, you feel me, then you just got like moody or darker, or oh, you like the bright airy, like you feel me, like everything looks white and minimalistic type thing, then boom, like that's your thing.
Yeah, so it's easy to find your niche if you edit things, I guess, like similarly.
Exactly, yo. So it's just like a whole range. It's just a whole range of like shit, pretty much, man. Yeah, man. So hell yeah, bro. My bad if I like sort of like went off.
No, it's good. No worries. How much? A lot of people have this argument of like, you want a decent camera, and then there's people who argue like, what you shoot on really doesn't matter at all. What's your take on that?
Yo, literally, like don't get me wrong, like like full frame has its like benefits and stuff, because like, you know, it can handle like, you know, like higher ISO settings and stuff like that. But bro, like what was it, like I just got my Canon 6D last May and stuff, so we're still even under the year mark of me having it. And like because I got my first DSLR and I think it was Christmas of 2014.
Right.
Christmas of 2014, and like from then till May of 2019, that's all I've been using. And people were like, "Oh, like do you shoot full frame? What camera do you use?" And I tell them like, "Yeah, I just use a Canon Rebel T5 and stuff." They're like, "What? Use a Canon Rebel T5? Like, you short like?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like, you feel me? I don't try to like, you know, fake the funk or nothing. It's just like, you feel me? It's really like, you know, like what, like how you use your camera. You feel me? Because you can have somebody that can, you know, get like the latest equipment, like a Canon 5D Mark IV, like a, you know, 1DX
Right. It's
Mark
just
III.
how you idolize it.
Exactly. You feel me? Because you could literally probably take like the image quality. Well, probably not the image quality because of like the reds and stuff on those like high. But like as far as just like what would be expected from a Rebel series camera, like somebody that has that mindset of, oh, expensive camera, pretty picture, they'll probably have expensive camera, but the, you know, the picture quality or like, you know, the composition and stuff of the Rebel series or what's expected generally from the Rebel series compared to full frame sensors and stuff. So I really feel like, you know, like, yes, you know, full frame, you know, cameras have their they really do have their like advantages and stuff, but it, you know, it really does.
It really comes down to how you use it. Yeah, because I have like a lot of people like manipulate like the whole like film look with like DSLRs, and I've had friends that'll like ask me about like photos I've taken, and they're like, "Oh, like what film camera did you use for this?" And I'm like, "It's not a film camera. It's just how I edited it."
Exactly.
It works.
Yeah. And shoot, there was even a time I was like, I was adding like a lot of digital green and stuff in Lightroom to my images, and like I was thinking, I was like, dang, like should I keep doing this or like should I like shoot film? But like people were hyped on it, and then I was still hyped on it, and I was just like, you know what, like you feel me, like yeah, it's sick, but I don't know, like even just about that, like the reason why I stopped doing it is because I was like, I just would rather like, you know, shoot film.
Actually do the actual
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Heck yeah.
What would you recommend for photographers who are struggling to make money with their photography?
Bro, that's honestly like a super big thing. Definitely marketing yourself. You feel me? Just like always engage and like, just like always like literally market yourself like on gigs that you have. Like let's say like you get hired to shoot an event and stuff like that. Carry yourself in a in just a professional manner and stuff like that in order to get, because like there's a couple of times like back when I used to shoot events and stuff, because of how I like, you know, work the floor and just like, you know, held myself in like a, you know, professional like, you know, business manner, that showed to other like, you know, event goers like, hey, you know, like they will like, you know, talk to me like, you know, like pull me aside and stuff and just be like, hey, like, you know, I have like a such and such, you know, this and third. Then like, you know, they will like compliment you on like, you feel me, just like on like how you know, just how you are, you know, during that whole entire event, and that's sort of like a first impression for them, type thing. And then, you know, that broadens your clientele, and that broadens just like how you're just how you're able to bring in like, you know, clients and stuff like that. And even if you don't do like, you know, events and stuff, like just like holding yourself in like such a you know, just like business manner, and just like is such like, you know, professional to you know, a certain extent and stuff like that, can really like help spread word of mouth about your business, like as much as anything else, as much as like a share on Instagram or something like that.
Right.
Because that's just one powerful thing that I'm realizing and stuff like that, and like, you know, I'm still learning it. You feel me? Like I'm 23, I still got stuff to learn. I'm not wise about all aspects of photography and business and stuff like that and how to handle it, but I'm, you know, like going about it in such a way, and I'm still learning about this stuff. And just like the whole entire thing about like just like another aspect of it is just like you know, just talking and networking and stuff like that. Like never feel like shy to like, you know, like open your mouth and say stuff. Like you don't want to kill somebody like, hey, da 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 da, like, you feel me, talk their ear off and stuff like that. But like definitely like
make that connection and be personable. Yeah.
Exactly, because like at the end of the day, you feel me, like the person knows how to interact. You feel me? You know, like in order to like convey some, like you don't have to talk too much, you don't have to talk too little. You know, like if you have a certain like goal or like a certain thing about something, like you know, you're like getting your business or like a pitch across to something, you know how you want to go about it because you take it serious to, you know, that extent. You feel me? So if you're going to take it serious to an extent, you feel me, you know how you want to convey that message off to, you know, the next person, and then boom, you feel me, they take the chance on you or not, you feel me, it's completely up to them, but you know how to like, you know, like put yourself in that realm and just open that whole entire like market up with like other people and stuff like that. And another thing too for photographers and stuff like that, definitely build a website. I currently do not have a website, but I'm getting it built. You feel me? Because I actually was paying my one friend to build it, but just been like busy like fuck with work and like other shit, and just like, you feel me? And it's just like I never really got the chance to like get like my top photos for her. But I might just end up making a square space for like the time being until like, you feel me, I could get like the domain, like own my own domain and stuff like that. But that's just like a real crucial thing, because like yeah, like like Instagram is like like the new like
way
sort
to
of thing.
Portfolio yourself, yeah.
Yeah, but then it's like not everybody, you feel me, has an Instagram, and like people just might want to book you from gigs, and it's just like they don't even probably wouldn't know how to operate Instagram, or like, even though like, yeah, it's on the like mobile, like
right.
Like
there's still
Safari.
people that you need to be more professional about it then, because even like when I shoot for shows and stuff, like most of it's through email. It's not even like,
yeah.
I mean, some of it is like DMing, but usually like whoever I'm talking to will say like, email me on this, just because it's more, it's official on their end. They can't really like, it's not acceptable, I guess, to have just the Instagram message. They need to
actually have like the like feel out the
like set in stone on email.
Yeah, bro, and that's another thing too. Like, emailing is key for like, just like set that email up. Definitely set that email up, because the whole entire DMing thing, like, you feel me, just like you said, like like, yeah, like,
and some people don't. Some people check their emails more than DMs.
Exactly. Like, shoot, that's you feel me? That's me. You feel me? Like, that's me. That's like a lot of my other like friends that like own, like, you feel me, like their businesses, like small businesses and stuff like that. Like, they all check their emails and stuff like that, because like that's just the proper way to conduct business. And it's like, it's completely what's the word? Just like a way to like organize everything.
It's just etiquette, yeah.
Exactly. Like, I know Instagram like built this new thing called primary and general stuff to like sort of like like
balance
separate
it out, whatever. Yeah,
but it's still like, you feel me, like if you have a work email, it's
gonna stand out to the person more than if you're just
it's gonna
messaging them on the fly.
Exactly. Like, it'll stand out to them more exactly for that reason. And too, even for like like yourself and stuff, you won't have to like search and scroll through like, dang, like I lost this inquiry, I lost this you feel me, because it'll all be in your work emails, just like just inbox and stuff like that, and you won't have to be like, oh snap, this person from 3 days ago, you feel me, had DM me an inquiry, and now, you feel me, it's like I gotta find it, because in that 3-day span, I got all these other like like DMs about like just like irrelevant shit, like that doesn't pertain to, might not even pertain to like your business and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's another thing. And yeah, like I probably said like my last thing for just like like beginner photographers starting to make money and stuff. I know like there is like a whole entire talk about free work and stuff like that, but I feel like this is definitely just gonna like go off from like my original thing from what I was gonna bring it up with this, but like as far as like the whole entire free work notion, definitely like pick and choose the gigs to do free work for. Like, if it's like something for like, let's say Nike, right? Nike hits you up for like, hey, can you cover content for this? You feel me? It'll be free. You feel me? That's the only quote unquote exposure stuff you're gonna do, because that's within the Nike like realm. Like, after, you feel me, the event's over and stuff, they could either like, you feel me, like hire you for like actually hire you and pay you for other gigs and stuff like that, or even if you don't, you feel me, like the Nike, like, you feel me, like reps or will like connect you, you feel me, like you're in that hub now, you're in that world now and stuff like that. Unless, you feel me, or not unless, other than like you feel me, like Joe Schmo or whatever, like, you feel me, that's like, yo, if you shoot these photos for me, you feel me, you'll get practice and it's for your portfolio type stuff, even though it's just like, you feel me, who are you, like, unless like, you feel me, like you really are trying to build the skill set for your own self. You feel me? Like build it up and stuff. Like, oh yeah, I need to do this. Like, you feel me? Just to like get this like down pat. But if you already have the skill set like down and everything, and like just random bull or whatever,
right.
It's just like hitting you up for like a free shoot. Like, they're just trying to take advantage of you, and then you feel me? Like, then you're just gonna be known as the person that takes really good photos or does like exceptionally good work for free or for the low. You feel me? It's like, you don't want to do that. But you feel me? If it comes down to like, you know, like just like actual companies and stuff like that, and even like small businesses and stuff like that, you know, build a relationship and stuff like, and just like all that, that's a lot better than just, you know, like, because you could like lose out.
You could lose that opportunity.
Exactly, on greed and stuff like that. Like, oh, hit me up, you feel me? Just, I want a bag for this or whatever and stuff like that.
So you think getting paid in exposure, in some cases it can work, but in others it's not?
It can work, like, if it's just a random influencer or something saying it, exposure, like, they're only there for that person.
It comes down to who it is and what they're really about. Yeah. And what their intentions are.
Yeah, I'd say... Oh, wait, no, go ahead.
Well, because you could have someone who's, like, say, like, okay, like, we'll try a couple shows and, like, maybe, you know, if, like, I like some of the stuff, then, like, I'll start paying you. Mm. And they might say that, but in their head, they might really be like, oh, I'm going to fully ride this out for, like, however long I can to get the free content out of them.
Yeah.
But then there's other people who actually mean it and are like, you know, I want to invest, but I also don't want
to like
I don't want to
failed investment.
Right. I don't want to give this money to someone I hardly know, and
yeah,
you know.
Now that I'd say that comes down to like, you feel me, like yourself. Like, I mean, it's hard to analyze that stuff because
it's your like, self-worth.
Exactly. You feel me? Because like you can have somebody just like, you feel me, actually wanting to take the risk on you, but you know, they just got to build that relationship. And then there's something like, I'd say, you feel me, like always trust your gut instinct on that. Like, matter of fact, 2 years ago I was in something borderline like that in a sense, and they like the label, like, not to talk trash on the room or whatever, but you feel me, like the label, like, you feel me, it was just, they were really trying to just exploit my like, you feel me, like the manager or whatever. He was really trying to exploit my you know, just like my photography and stuff like that for just like free, you know, stuff. And I was just like, all right, bet, whatever, I'm out here. You feel me? So like, definitely trust your gut, and definitely like just be aware of all that. Just definitely be aware of all of that, and like really knowing, because you feel me, you don't just want to be overworked and there's nothing to compensate for it. Because it's just like, you're just going to be burnt out, and people are just going to be like relying on you for free work and stuff. And like, let's say if it were to be for like a label or something like that, like they're going to expect that, but you're overworked or whatever. Like, it's just know when to. But definitely if it's just like Instagram, like, you know, influencer that, you feel me, that says that whole entire like, oh, like, I'm gonna, like, you feel me, I have like X amount of followers, so you feel me, like, you should shoot me for free and like you'll get all these followers and likes. And it's like, the one flaw that they fail to realize when they say that is they're gonna be looking, like, if the followers do follow the photographer or videographer, like, and not gonna say like it's a rare occasion, like, but very few, you feel me, will actually like that person's like stuff. But other than that, you feel me, or like, you know, follow and keep up to date with that, you know, content creator. But other than that, bro, the like, most people are gonna like track and look for like the person that brought, you know, that influencer, you feel me, that crew, like content creator worked with. They're only gonna like look for that content. You feel me? Like, let's say if I like shot, I don't know, some like Instagram person that had like 50K followers, right? And
people are only going to go to your account just to see more of that person.
Exactly. You feel me? And then the second I stop posting, you know, content of them, it's like the engagement's going to drop, or like, you feel me, it's just going to fluctuate, or they're just going to be like, all right, I haven't seen them post. All people do, it's really a hit or miss. It really depends when the whole entire, oh, I'll pay you an exposure, only time that seems plausible is when it's like bigger brands, because you can like build the relationship,
right?
Or even if it's a waste of time, you'll just know. You feel me?
You have to go with your instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people just use the whole entire, follow. My followers will just, I don't know, they'll bless you, love you, you feel me?
Right.
You will be on the yellow brick road of followers and stuff like that. It doesn't work, because it's the only thing people, like, a lot of people use their Instagram as self-validation.
Right.
And a lot of that stuff is ego-driven. So if that's another thing as to why I don't buy into that whole entire exposure stuff, because it comes from a place of like self-centeredness and stuff like that. So if anybody says that, they're truly only thinking about themselves at the end of the day, because they're gonna be like, my ego's through the roof because I have X amount of followers. Who would not want to work with me? You feel me?
Right.
And I feel so entitled to this work for free. So why wouldn't you have this blessed be opportunity? Like,
right. It's like I'm showering you with all of this, and how are you gonna not take my offer on?
My offer, and it's
right.
just like people tend to lose themselves in social media, and that's really one of the most unfortunate things that's come of this new medium or platform and everything, because everybody wants to be stars, and a lot of people don't know how to handle stardom or fame or internet fame and stuff like that, and they just lose themselves in the process, and your best friend could, turn into a dickhead or act like they don't know you in a matter of seconds if they get
that amount of attention.
Exactly. So it's just, like, definitely pick and choose that whole entire, you feel me, like, non-paid, gig and stuff like that. Like, if it's ever people, I'm not necessarily so forthgoing with that, because people could just take advantage of you, But that's my outlook on that. And a lot of shooters, you feel me, beginning shooters, you feel me, stand your ground. Put your foot down if it's not right, if it's not in your, you feel me, like, interest. If you're getting extorted, you feel me, for your talents, you don't have to put up for it. You feel me? Same goes for models. Models, if there's a creepy photographer that's like preying on you, you feel me, and stuff like that, and like promising you like, I will get you in, like, I don't know, Vogue if you model naked for me. You don't feel comfortable doing that? Don't shoot with them. You feel me? You don't need that. Trust me, you don't. My bad, I just have to go on that tangent.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, bro, because like a lot of my model friends, like they'll tell me about that, and it just pisses me off, because people are just really like disgusting, bro. Like, mad people are disgusting, man. I'll be ready to fight. Like,
how so you're from Ewing, but you're
Trenton, like North Trenton,
Ewing area.
Yeah.
How is I guess doing photography and also living in Trenton like affected the way you look at certain things?
Now, as far as motivation and stuff, I get drained. Like, sometimes I'll be hyped to shoot, like, in the area, but then again, like, if there's, I don't know, like, certain concepts and stuff I want to shoot, I feel very limited. And so it's just, I've been to certain spots, like shooting spots and stuff, X amount of times, and I don't want to.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with like Lambertville and New Hope. It's like everybody. How many people are gonna take a picture in that abandoned train car? It's like
exactly. So that's in okay. All right, now I know. Now I know where that is, but yeah, man, it's just you just feel so limited and so boxed in and stuff, and another thing too, just with a lot of the stuff happening in the town right now, and it's like a lot of negativity just like plaguing it, and it just sucks, because Now this like sort of like goes off, into but it just sort of like puts this dark cloud over like everything, and like the negativity is just like you just feel that, and you just feel like a whole entire wave of just like people like most people they are hyped with the whole entire camera stuff, but then like other people they can be very hostile towards it and stuff like that. So it's I don't know, but people they just I don't know, like the town, like besides just I don't know, the same spots being revisited and stuff like that. Right. There's just a thing of motivation, like you just feel drained being.
Do you still feel like there's Do you still feel like there's a lot of opportunities, even though of where you live?
Oh, nah, yeah, like yes and no. The reason why I say no is because of where we're at. Like you feel me, like. A lot of people don't look for Trenton, you feel me?
Right.
And a lot of my friends are like, musicians or other like, just like working artists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're really trying to put on, you feel me, and their market, they're saying I'm from Trenton, New Jersey, and
I feel like Trenton does have like it's pretty known for like there's some music scene here and there.
Oh yeah. As far as like for rap and for like punk rock and stuff like that, like there's a punk rock flea market.
Yeah.
You feel me? And they be having that. And as far as just like all of these other musicians, like engineers, producers, like all this stuff, like there's a lot of people, and the in game, or not in game, but like what a lot of people are doing. Like my one friend Rude, you feel me? Like a lot of his music, like I was listening to his I was listening to his like recent like stuff, and it's very like based in the town, and it's like a lot of stuff that pretty much just like that he incorporates the town, he incorporates Trenton, he incorporates like a lot of stuff of of the area that he grew up in, you feel me, into his music, and that's only right, you feel me, and I'm seeing like very like I look at it as good, so you feel me, because it just opens the door up for the future generation and stuff. A lot of artists are starting to rep the town heavy. I mean, then again, people been doing it, and stuff like that. Yeah. But I feel like with the whole entire social media age and stuff, a lot of people are putting on for the town.
It's easier to really self-advocate for the town. And
exactly.
Yeah.
Because, you feel me, now we're really starting to have a voice.
Right.
And stuff like that. And that goes to show to everybody else, like, hey, we're talented too. We're just as talented as the people in New York or the people in Philly.
Right. It doesn't matter where you're from. It's
exactly, because a lot of people, they will either have to branch out. Like a lot of people from like around here, to get those opportunities, they got to branch out from either like Philly, New York, and stuff like that.
And that's another good thing though. Like Trenton's not far from New York, and it's not far from Philly. It's probably the same distance almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're smack dab middle of the state. Central Jersey exists, right? Smack dab in the middle of the state. You feel me? So you have that opportunity of hopping on NJ Transit either down to Philadelphia or New York. You feel me? So that's amazing, and that's a blessed thing. That's really like a blessed thing to like really be born in this like area and stuff. So that's something that gets me hyped like a lot, so much, honestly.
What would you say your style is for shooting? Do you have anybody that you like that inspires you for the certain type of stuff that you shoot? Because I know you have a lot of like, I was looking at it yesterday, and it's a lot of like either like smoky pictures, or it's like very intense, like dark sort of.
It fluctuates. A couple of my homies really inspire me. Shout out my boy Josh, he goes by Undergod on Instagram. Shout out my boy Andrew, he goes by Phaser. You got my homie Butterknife Spoon, I think it is. He kills it. Then you got the bigger like Instagram photographers and stuff like that. You got the good homie, well not good homie, but still, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like I adore his work. You got Vulandis, you feel me? That's one of my big inspirations. The other homie Geo, he goes by Insigns or ELOG dot something. But you feel me? That's his personal page, and his personal page is still clean, like super clean, bro. Like that's honestly like one of my like first inspos in this whole entire just like sort of curation of how I shoot now. You feel me? Or if I want to shoot on more like cleaner stuff, definitely Geo, bro. Like I feel like he paved the way for how a lot of people shoot. You feel
so
me?
Depending on what you want to shoot, you look at different accounts and say like, oh, like pay attention to different stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, and it's more so like because I don't want to like
you don't
copy what they're
them,
doing,
but you also admire what they're doing.
Yeah, like I just get like super inspired from it, and it's like, dag, that's tough, but I want to put my own twist on it. You know, like dag, like you feel me, like.
And that's another thing. How do you find your niche, but also sort of tip your hat off to whoever you're trying to.
Exactly, because I remember the one and only like what is it, it's like gun posts that I posted and stuff like that. Props, you feel me? It is, you know, we use a prop piece or whatever and stuff like that. And what is it? We like I in the caption I said inspo from like Vulandis and stuff like that, because I had like all this money on the floor, and then I had the subject just, you know, like have a piece or whatever, just like this da da da.
How long ago was that? I think I remember
like last year, like early last year. So it's
you don't have it up still.
I do.
You do?
I still got it. Still got it up. It's like down there.
Yeah.
But I still got it up. That's one of my like favorite images I took, because I feel like it. You know, I wanted to sort of like get into this sort of thing, but I felt like it gave off a documentary type piece, because if I were to create a like body of work just off of that and stuff, I could do whatever. Like I could make a body of work pertaining to just like urban environments, the streets and stuff.
Have you ever thought about doing that? Just like a project on.
Yeah, I was really thinking about doing that, and as far as where to start and stuff, I know where I could start. I just never really fully got into contact and really like put those plays in motion, because I had other stuff to like really just like worry about, and but I'm pretty sure like people would be down. I just have to make sure like their situations are good, and like they'd be like able to, you know, like partake in a documentary like shooting style like that. So yeah, if I ever like truly, and that's the thing, you feel me, as long as you find time to dedicate to it, you feel me, you could do it. But the second I'm able to really get enough time to just focus on that solely and make sure everyone's okay with that, everybody's like, okay, you know, we could do this, we could participate in this, then boom, I shoot everything. I'll just think about like the publishers I could use to get like prints and stuff made, so I could have books and everything, or just, I don't know, have a gallery or a demo type thing to show off and stuff like that. So
Do you think, speaking of prints, do you think that it's really something worth still having, considering that so many people are... Like, do you have prints off of other people that you've bought, or is it like...
Now, I bought a book from my one homie, Dragon. He goes by the 9-7, and he does a lot of concert photography and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And
it's like a coffee table kind of thing.
Like I wouldn't really say coffee table. It's a full on like book. Yeah. And it was super sick, honestly. Like seeing all the work that he's done. He has a couple photos of The Weeknd, Nav, like portrait sessions with Nav. He has a couple stuff with Glam 88, Drake, like all that, and it's just like, it's mind blowing and like inspiring. But it's dope because he still makes print book, like, you know,
But is it all stuff that you've already seen, or is it all stuff that he's saved? Because that's the other thing.
Now, it's a mix of both.
Yeah.
Like, he has his more famous works.
Yeah.
And then he does have a lot of, like, unreleased stuff in there and stuff like that. And I'm glad on that. And I feel like a lot of photographers or whatever, like, yeah, you know, you have your most known work in there. It's sort of like how an artist will have, like, the known singles that played on the radio,
right,
or something, and then
then there's the stuff that people don't necessarily know about as much.
Yeah, and that's how I feel like with some artists, with their, you know, whatever they decide to put into their photo books,
mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, and that's dope. But as far as, like, you know, with Prince, like, once again, 97, he sells prints. He still sells prints. I think Lullaby, he sells prints. A lot of people, they still sell prints and stuff. I feel like it's more so down to the consumer as to if they want to, you know,
put that investment in. Yeah,
exactly. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever they have their vision of, oh, I like this print, I like this shot, you know, I want to hang this up in my new apartment that I'm going into, that I'm moving into, type thing. Like, or, oh, I want to buy this print and I want to, you know, like, have it for, I don't know, whatever, like, hopefully get, you know, the rights from the artist and stuff like mm-hmm. that, of, you know, agreement to, like, hey, I want to post this in my brochure, or just, like, you know, something like that. Who knows what they want, but a lot of people could just want a print, you feel me, or, like, buy work because they genuinely like it. And I feel like a lot of that stuff really comes down to the consumer and stuff, because we could make prints, you feel me?
Right.
And we could say, hey, you know, like, we're selling prints, this and the third, and nobody could buy it, but, you know, it really comes down to, well, actually, yeah, so down to the consumer, and I guess down to, you know, the person that's producing it, type thing, then. So yeah, it's really, like, I guess a hand-in-hand thing,
right,
as far as if it's worth it, per se.
There's people that are going to appreciate it, and then there's other people that are going to just be like,
you're like, oh, you feel me? You could just post this to Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, or like, oh, you could just, you know, yeah, just like post it to Instagram or something. But that's another thing too, though, that I really like that some artists do, as far as, like, certain images they'll probably have just as prints and stuff.
Yeah, because then you get into the whole archiving thing. It's like,
you have
I want to archive this because I'm going to sell it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Like, and then, you know, that consumer can have a one-on-one piece. Nobody,
right,
you know, seen it or whatever.
Right. It's another thing. It's also, I guess, like a collection too.
Exactly. So, that's one of the things. Like, printing is definitely not dead. And then I feel like a lot of photographers, mainly like film photographers, but, you know, there's a lot of digital shooters and stuff that love to print and see their stuff on.
So you think it's more common in film photographers to have prints?
Oh yeah. I feel like, well, digital shooters, I feel when it comes down to galleries and stuff like that,
not as appreciative of it, I guess.
Now I'd probably say at the expense of, you know, it was shot on, you know, just digital, and they could just do it. I mean, it would probably be, like, less cost, you know, like, hey, I could run this, you feel me, at, like, whatchamacallit, like, I don't know, like, what, like CBS.
Yeah,
like,
but if you're a film photographer, there's no other way to see those photos. You're getting them printed no matter what, so it's really more worthwhile to the film photographers than...
Yeah, and then, like, a digital shooter.
Yeah.
They could just look at it, you know. Yeah, they could look at it in camera, they could look at it on the thing, they could look at it when they print it out. It's just, you feel me? But that whole entire, and that's another thing as to why I respect, like, film shooting. It's just, like, a lot more organic.
There's more time that goes into it, and it's more patient.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I do have my little thing about film photographers, and I feel like they're a little bit more elitist when it comes down to that. And I just feel like a lot of film photographers, not a lot of film photographers, but I feel like film photographers feel like they have a sort of, you know...
Attitude?
Not attitude, but they they carry their work more
professionally than
not digital. Necessarily more professional, but they feel due to the lengthier process in the you don't know per se what you're getting out of it. It's
right.
a lot more rewarding, and they feel like they should be held on a higher pedestal, and their work should be held on a higher pedestal because it's not just switch it.
So you think it's more not attitude, but they have more of a I don't want to say they feel like they're above people, but is that kind of what you're trying to say?
Yeah, cause
a little more snobby-ish.
It's sort of because any film photographer that because I have film photographer friends, and of course
right.
they're not like that and stuff. But anytime I'm on the internet and I'm seeing stuff like film photographers are bashing digital, and it's just
we're all doing the same shit. What does it really matter?
Yeah. Exactly, and even my photo professor, for a little bit, he really loves film, and as far as digital, he obviously realizes that digital is in now, mirrorless is in, so
right.
You feel me? But he held a certain appreciation towards film over digital, and just some people really love film a lot more, and they have a critical stance on digital from shooting with film and stuff
right.
like that, and can't fault them because that's just their thing, and that's how they feel about that way of shooting other than that way. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, like you said, you feel we're all doing the same thing, so
right.
it's just who cares?
Right.
But I've been feeling like film shooters just have more of a towards it.
Yeah.
F you digital.
Yeah, it's a lot of sneak dissing.
Yeah, a lot of sneak dissing. It's you don't need to. We all love each other.
So you talked about it briefly, but you also do a lot of concert stuff. How? And I know you have many different people that you talk to and that you're friends with, but how do you overall, how do you get sort of some of the gigs that you've gotten?
For real, it's mainly if it's not emailing, I finesse my way in there. If it's not finessing my way in there, it's the people and shout out for Silent Group, Shishi, I appreciate you. You feel me? She's a reason as to why a good number of recent stuff that I've been doing show wise.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to do it because she took a chance on me, and you feel me? She just believes in my vision, and she believes in as far as representing the agency and stuff like that. You feel me? Outside of her, anybody else that's been able to just take a chance on me
mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, I really appreciate, because at the end of the day, you feel me, there's a lot of photographers out here,
right.
If they wanted to shoot, they could choose anybody to cover whatever,
right. And that's the thing, it's not, I don't know. I don't really know where I'm getting with that, but there's a lot of us out there, and the fact that
certain people will come to you.
Yeah, or even if somebody says if you're a manager for an artist, and you have 20 emails about 20 different photographers who want to shoot for it.
Mm.
Obviously, the manager might not know you, but I'm saying if they
take a chance on you,
take a chance on you, and also if they take it a step further and even talk to you, because I've gone to shows where I didn't talk to anybody, I didn't even talk to the person who got me in.
Wow.
And it's I kind of get it, because maybe they're not at that show, but then in other cases it's kind of okay, well, aren't you like somewhat curious to know?
Yeah,
Who you gave the okay to shoot for it?
Exactly, because it's just like it's like saying I was gonna have a really bad analogy. You I don't know, get it, or you receive a like mystery gift or mystery.
Yeah,
or something,
it's like,
and you're just like, oh, wonder who sent it, or vice versa, or sending it out. I mean, I doubt that this is even like really a thing, but you send out a gift to anybody, and they get it, and they're wondering, oh, wonder who did it. They're looking around their like shoulders and stuff for like the past like I guess like 2 years or something. Who knows? Like, forget it. Let's make it 10.
Right.
Be like, yo, I want to know who sent me that. But yeah, that's the thing. So that's really one of the things. I'm just really like grateful for literally everybody that actually took a chance on me to get credentials for like shows and stuff like that. I'm really appreciative of them. And the other time, me and my homies, we just finessed.
Right.
We finessed in, or the emails, even the people that gave me those okays and stuff for credentials and stuff like that by email. Like it says a lot, bro. It says a lot. Faith in humanity restored. You feel me? Because a lot of people, they do get discouraged, and rightfully so. Because you feel me, you will send out all these emails just for like nobody to hit you back, and that's really a discouraging thing. It's just like that. You feel me? But there's always like gonna be a yes. There's always gonna be a yes. I feel like if you've been doing something for a while, and if you've been like just busting your ass, and
people are gonna pay attention to it and sort of notice. Yeah,
exactly. You feel me? That energy is gonna come back to you. It's definitely gonna come back to you, man. Definitely. You feel me? Do good. Good will only just come out of it.
Right.
You feel me? Doesn't matter how long it takes. It will come. It will definitely come. Definitely come, man. Never put that by nothing.
Do you feel like and you sort of talked about like certain people here and there, but do you feel like a lot of it isn't even like how good you are, and it's just really who you know? Because I'm definitely guilty of this. Like I've gone on Instagram, and like people that I know have shot for concerts, and I'm like, they're like, why are they getting to shoot for them?
Bro,
it's just who they know.
Bro, yes. Yes. Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes.
Yeah.
Bro, matter of fact, oh God, I always quote this one photographer because, oh my God, like, not to sound like I'm hating or whatever, but
no, and it's not even, I mean, part of it is kind of a jealousy thing, but
it's just
the other thing is like
skill level and stuff. There's this one photographer, what was that? It was the Migos and Drake tour.
Yeah.
He shot a couple years ago, and I just feel like skill wise and everything, he wasn't ready.
Wasn't there. But then that's another thing. It's also like whoever took the chance and risked it for him to go is like
they're betting on it. So that means, you feel me, whoever is accepting those photos,
yeah,
that's their standard of what they think is good. So at that point, you can't fault the person that's shooting. You can't fault that person. The manager likes what they like.
Right. It doesn't.
It would, like, at that point, it doesn't even matter. But as far as like for the shooters, for the other shooters and stuff like that, and this is gonna sound like hating and stuff like that, but like they know that they would probably be able to do like a better job or whatever. So it's just once again discouraging to them and stuff like that. But once again, it just all comes down to who that one person knew.
Yeah.
That the other shooters didn't know, and that's just the politics of everything, So it sucks because a lot of stuff isn't even skill driven anymore. And shoot, me and my friends, me and my brothers and stuff like that, we all talk about that, like even with rap and stuff. A lot of the stuff isn't even skill driven like how it would have been 15, 20 years ago.
right.
stuff like that.
You could be even like a producer that just started making music like a month ago, and yet you could get a beat with whatever artist.
Whoever, take off.
Right, yeah, like exactly.
That. And then you could get into rapping and stuff. Then boom. Your fan base already built off of, you feel me? But it's just it's crazy. It's really crazy. But yeah, a lot of people, they're fortunate to, know the A&R to
right.
Atlantic Records or something, or
right.
that's their uncle or cousin,
right.
or like aunt or something, like who knows. So that's just one of the most unfortunate things, Shoot, I just try to like point shooters in the direction to people. Like if I can't shoot a show and stuff, I'm gonna definitely try and like point.
Right.
You feel me? Another shooter that's definitely worthy and can definitely handle that. So
are there ever? Well, I guess after asking that, are there, opportunities that you've gotten that you were like, how did this happen? Like you were like, I don't deserve to shoot this, yeah. But like you did.
Funny thing about that. Now I didn't end up shooting it because of the situation that I had.
Right.
But back when I was in school, the homies, when Kicks USA was still a thing, the homie, I think it was the homie Sam, she had hit me up, and I remember I was stressed. I was like, God damn it! I was like, man, like this photography thing, because I think I was like my photo professor. He just didn't accept any of my images. He was just mad hard on us for no reason. But
right.
You built this to have a tougher show. Senior Drucker, you feel me? But yeah, but no, it's just down and out. And then like I got that like message from Kicks USA from their main account. I was like, damn. And then they wanted me to like travel out to Brooklyn and shoot this one like campaign and stuff. And I was like, I was at that moment. I was like, what? Like, am I even ready for something like this? I was
right.
like, I felt like they should have just like DM somebody else and stuff like that. And I couldn't shoot because I had just my finals to really worry about, my shooting final and stuff like that. And
do you have any idea how they got your account? Or I guess it was through your friend.
Yeah, it actually was. It was
right.
through my friend. It was through my friend. It was through my friend Ariel. Shout out Ariel. Big sis. That's shout out to Ariel. And like when I got that DM, I was just like,
you didn't believe it.
Yeah, and I was just like, me though, like I was like why? I was like, I guess I take cool photos or
right.
something like that's.
And then that's another thing too is you're about like having the opportunity is you live in the middle of everything, so it's perfect.
Right in the middle, you feel me? Hour from New York, or hour and some change from New York, hour from Philly, you feel me? Hour from the sticks, hour from any whatnot, right. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's really like one of the main things I find a blessing, because I could literally just, and that's another thing too. Like I wouldn't have to drive. I wouldn't have to worry about
right.
parking, gas, this and that, third. All I have to worry about is just a train ticket.
Just getting there. Yeah.
And just maneuvering around just like that. You feel me? So that's a blessing, bro. That is the biggest blessing, man. But yeah, like there's definitely been and then some other like lesser like type thing, like there'd be, I don't know, an event or something I would have had to shoot, or
right.
There would have been what is it, like I don't know, just some other like inquiry that I couldn't fulfill.
Right.
That I just always pass on to the other homie, because I'm like, all right, bet, this is a good opportunity. I want them to get money. You feel me? I want them to, get this experience or whatever. You feel me? Because how I look at it is, what's meant to be is meant to be. You feel me? And then like if I see my homies like busting their ass for something that they love doing and stuff like
right.
that,
it's gonna show.
Exactly. And then it's like, why not give them?
Right.
Like why not? So
then that's also ties back into it's all about who you know.
It's all about who you know. Yeah. Actually, yeah, yo. Yeah. So yeah, bro. So matter of fact, then with that, I feel like if people, because that whole entire like thing of who you know and stuff doesn't have to be as nefarious or just as like negative is seen.
There's also a positive side to it too.
Yeah, also a positive. You feel me? Because if somebody just really believes in your vision that much, then
right, all the props to them.
All the props to them. All the props to them, man. So, because once again, they wouldn't need to, be like, they could be like, oh yeah, he's good, but when such and such, boom, that one already blown out photographer that's already in the industry and stuff like that, but they took a chance on you type thing. So yeah, that's another way to look at that. Yeah,
right.
You feel me? But yeah, I'm always just willing to try and help out the homie and stuff as far as if there's a inquiry that I can't do, pass on to them and stuff. So yeah.
So kind of circling back to the whole concert photography, what do you think? I guess what's your standpoint about security versus photographers and sometimes kind of clash, and then other times it's kind of more easygoing, I guess. But
matter of fact, speaking about that, how I experienced that, and I know we've talked about Voltage a lot.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Voltage, definitely.
Shout out to Voltage, man, for real. Cause there was sometimes you feel me shooting would be cool, then there would be sometimes
and that's another thing that a lot of people don't people that are just friends with me and don't even do photography
they're like,
that's another thing they
get
don't
me in
they don't understand. Well, yeah, that, and they don't understand that I can't just show up and bring my camera. There's so much shit that goes into it. It's not just
exactly.
I get there and it's oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm the photographer. It's
Voltage. You can kind of do that. But.
Yeah, you can kind of do that with Voltage, but these other venues and stuff like TLA, they're strict. Pretty much any affiliate. Any just venue in general.
Yeah.
I remember I heard it's so strict for Rolling Loud and stuff. Rolling Loud is unbelievably.
Really?
You gotta get accepted 3 months before. You gotta.
I could, that I could imagine. But.
I was oh wow. I was just oh goodness.
Yeah, but didn't I was talking to Jay, and he was just telling me that he just brought his camera.
Oh, J4J?
Yeah.
That's my boy. Shout out Jonathan. Oh, that was his government. Shout out Jay. Jay, shout out to you, bro. But yeah, that is the key. Yo, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Jay is the GOAT. That's really my boy, bro. He the GOAT. He know what. That's the definition of if there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
And that has worked for him in such a positive and stuff.
Yeah, I know he was telling me was it made in America? He's yeah, I don't have a pass or anything, but I'm bringing a 75mm. I'm shooting from outside the fence.
Yep.
That's so beyond me. The dedication for that is just.
And it's beautiful and it's admiring, bro. It's really admirable, bro. Because it's just that makes you just be yo, you feel me?
Yeah.
There's no excuse, you feel me? Do it type.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just do it, Because a lot of people, bro, they're probably just, just the first thing, oh, that, nah, I bet, you feel me? But he really goes for it.
Yeah.
Jay, you feel me? If he's set on it, he will do it. And that's one thing that's just really tough, you feel me? That's really something I really admire from bro. You feel me? Shout out to Jay. Follow him. Jay with 2 A's. Forward. You feel me? Gang. That's gang. You feel me? Sorry, I don't know what that was, but yeah, man. So yeah, this will this way. This will.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad. I just had to go on to that
No, I mean.
Silent storm, whisper type. Silent storm. It's some radio shit. Sent me to sleep when I was a kid type job. Yeah.
Your lullaby?
Yeah, that was, bro.
That was your lullaby go-to?
Bro, something like that. We would be 8 or something, 8, 9 or something like that. My mom, she, we would probably just be, coming from, somewhere, and then, the quiet storm would just,
You would, that's how you would know it's over.
Oh, yeah,
Lights out.
Bro, it'd just be damn, I'll just be hypnotized. And just, come on, I'll be yep, 6-year-old me was just, raps.
So you actually have an internship. Is it at Nike?
Oh, now I don't have an internship, but
you do some stuff for
them. Like some stuff mainly through with my brother and conjoint like stuff like that and stuff. Really it's just like joint stuff. Don, he once again as far as like weaving back into people like just like really believing in you and stuff. And like our dynamic is different because we're like brothers and stuff. But you feel me? We have this thing of like, if any just like venture or opportunity comes our way and stuff, we're gonna make sure we really try to get all of each other just involved and stuff like that. Our little brother, he's not really visually into like video and stuff. Like he thinks it's cool though, but he's going to school for like business. I think it's like sports management and business management.
Yeah.
Stuff that get picked up over but it's all good. I think. Should we just wait it out?
That's disgusting. That's not even
Chris,
that's just
like we got an interview going on.
Oh my bad. Sorry.
No, it's okay. But me and Don, like we had a thing where it was pretty much just like where any opportunity that we get, we're definitely gonna try and just bring
everybody up. Yeah,
exactly. And with our little brother, he's not into the
right.
And just any like he's not into the whole entire visual stuff like that. But he goes to school for like sports management, business management, stuff like that. So hopefully we could possibly get him
shift
a position.
Him in.
Yeah, just so he could have something that's in somewhat relevance to what he's studying and stuff, and we could possibly like help him out with that. So yeah, like Don, like he's the reason like I'm able to like do anything with like any sort of Jordan brand or like Nike relevancy type thing. And I like and that's another thing too, like I've always looked up to my older brother and stuff like that. So you feel me, it's just for him to just absolutely kill it in what he's doing and want me to bring along, because he could easily like have anybody like not because at the end of the day like we're still family and stuff, but like he wouldn't have to choose me to like go and do half the stuff that he does, but he still does, you know. So I really look at that as just like a blessing that my older brother wants just like me to be included in the stuff that he does. And so of course, you feel me, it's going to be a vice versa thing, you know? So that's another thing, you feel me? So yeah, as far as like just any sort of like like relationship built with like Nike and Jordan brand and stuff like that, like I owe it all to Don, you feel me? And I like how that like sort of weaved into the who and stuff like that.
In. Yeah, there you go.
Family edition, like so yeah, man.
I guess the last thing is, I know you said there's sort of like a music, there's like music built into Trenton and there's stuff going on in Trenton, but what does sort of like the Philadelphia scene for like art and music, what does that sort of mean to you?
The art, see. Now it's funny because I always joke and call Philly like baby New York. I always call it like baby New York and stuff. But I'm really starting to see like in this past like year, it like sort of have its own identity.
Yeah, I mean, you have stuff like Patchwork, and then you have Rack Philly, and then even Function,
and they're all killing it for the Philly community.
Right.
You feel me? Like even if it were to have that quote unquote shadow of baby New York, you feel me? It's like, hey,
Philly's still like booming.
Philly's still booming, and Philly's only going to grow.
Right.
That little like I think it's called the Fashion District that they opened.
Yeah.
Rec Philly, they opened up their own space in there. You know what Rec Philly's doing? They're giving a chance for creators and stuff to showcase their stuff in there, bro. That is fire. They're doing what's pretty much my end goal is to make sure like photographers and videographers and artists and stuff like that, they just make it easier for them to.
Yeah, they really focus on getting everybody to work together.
Exactly, you feel me? And that's really a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
Because especially in this whole entire
kind of selfish.
It's selfish. It's like super. I don't want to say conceited, but it's just like it's very like every man for himself. And
right. There needs to be more of like.
Okay,
there's like 50 photographers, but there's room for all of us definitely too.
Exactly, bro. And that's a good start as far as musician or like the music and the art scene just as a whole in Philly and stuff like that. I'm starting like what I've been seeing like there is some sort of like weird like jealousy like type stuff like but that's like with all
that comes with anything though.
Yeah, you feel me? So it's just like but other than that I'm starting to see a lot of people like really just help each other and come together stuff like that. Shout out Joe Pitts and my boy Tommy and stuff. And they're like one of the front runners that's really trying to like get stuff together. They're the ones that are really trying to just really like mend everything
right.
and they're because they see the talent in Philly. They see just how the city could benefit from like positivity and stuff like that if everybody comes together
right.
and stuff like that. And there's a lot of like let's say as far as clothing brands and stuff, my boy Euro stuff, simplistic. He just doing stuff. He got people in the Virgin Islands buying stuff. You feel me? You got people like in different parts of the country like buying this stuff.
Right.
I think he has love like overseas and stuff like that. And he's originally from here, but you feel me? His brand is based out of Philly, and that's thriving and stuff like that. Just like all these other just independent artists and musicians and business owners and stuff like that, they're really coming up. And that honestly, if I could have anything if I could describe Philly in one word, is growth. And really for all those industries and stuff, it's nothing but growth. Because I just see like all these creators realizing that they want, you feel me,
right.
better for the community and better for their brands to grow and stuff like that. And they are coming together and stuff like that. It's no, like, there's going to be your usual tensions and stuff like that. It is what it is, but other than that, the whole entire scene is thriving. The whole entire, like, scene is, like, now I wouldn't say it's, like, at the rate of how Atlanta is supporting.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta's definitely another.
That shit, they're a whole entire, they
an empire.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Young Thug was paying Little Baby to stay out the streets. And
I
you
heard
feel
about
me?
That. Yeah.
So it's just like, dag, like you have a support system like that. Why shouldn't everybody else have a support? Trenton, you feel me? They're starting to get a support system like that. Philly, you feel me? It's above, you feel me? It's above like, where you wanted to get it, like starting ground off, and people are finally starting to come together and stuff like that. So it's just like, like why can't we all just look to have the model of how ATL handled music and handled how everybody eats with that instead of jealousy and stuff like that. Like why can't we all have that? So
everyone's got to look out for each other.
Everybody's got to look out for each other, man. Like, because ain't nobody, you feel me? We all got the same 24 hours. We all breathe the same air, you feel me? Nobody's like fucking like Superman. Don't nobody have special privilege and stuff like that. So why like carry yourself, you feel me, in a light, you feel me, in a more like conceited light, you feel me, and be like, oh, they don't have, like people are really out here like, oh, he doesn't have such and such followers and stuff. I can't like.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't matter. So you telling me, you feel me, you would rather work with a shitty engineer and have your whole entire mixes fucked up just because he has 10K rather than somebody that will like really like have you like sounding fire on a track and he has 500 followers? You feel me? But all that shit is fucked up. You feel me? You would rather want to work with a shitty photographer that takes like out of, you feel me, focus like images but still got that flash aesthetic that has like, I don't know, like 80,000 followers and stuff like that, rather than the person that got like 3,000 followers and makes literal art and will,
take the time and effort to actually
do the thing.
Out. Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
But a lot of people, they just have the numbers like poison in their head, and they have that sort of build genuine. It's so crazy because a lot of people base genuine, like just friendships, relationships, and stuff off of internet facades.
Yeah.
People.
It's sad.
Exactly. People base being real off of being fake, or just, you feel me? What
off of the number you have.
Exactly. Yeah. And off of the internet presence that you let anybody perceive. You feel me? I could be big gang member.
Right.
On Instagram and stuff. That could be what I give off. You feel me?
Right.
Everybody knows I'm not. You feel me? So it's just like people. You feel me? They just like they have these things that these facades that they create and stuff. And
it's all a persona.
It's all a persona. It's just like
it's corny.
It's corny, bro. It is corny, man. Like that. It's always beyond me, bro. But you feel me? I'm just glad. You feel me? Everybody in that Philly scene is doing good. I'm glad that the Trenton scene is finally coming together and stuff. Like, we just don't need to be plagued by negativity no more.
Right.
Don't need to be plagued by negativity because it's just like, ain't nobody getting no money. Ain't nobody, you feel me, getting, like, there's no stripes. You don't earn stripes for creating drama. You don't get a paycheck unless you work for the shade room or something like that. You feel me? You don't get any merits. Right. For creating drama and creating divides.
Right.
You just create a divide and you just have a split, you feel me? It's about to say split nation like we're in right now. But we just have a split, you feel me, just community. Instead of mending that shit together. So, you feel me?
Right. Everyone's got to look out for each other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You feel me? We'll get there.
Are there any shout-outs you want to give? Anything else you want to go over?
Man, shout out to the fam. Shout out to all my friends and stuff. Shout out to everybody that believe me and shit like that, for real. Because, yo, like, without y'all, I wouldn't be shit. I'm sorry for, like, getting all, like, explicit and stuff like that. But I, for real, just want to thank everybody that supports me. Literally, family, friends, you feel me? Everybody on Instagram. Everybody that just, like, ever believed in anything that I did with the camera, you feel me? Anybody that enjoyed any of that, anybody that enjoyed my skateboarding and stuff like that. I literally love you all because without y'all, there would not be a me. And even though I don't want to say it like this, there would not be a Lost 96er. You feel me? Like,
there you go.
You feel me? Like, as much as I, like, negate, like, that being a entity and stuff like that, people...
It all adds up in the end.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
So, you feel me? Without y'all, there would be no Lost 96, man. So, for real, I love every single one of y'all, for real, man. So, yeah, dog. And then shout out to Sayless fucking media. You feel me?
Yep.
We out, baby, because we do this. And, you know, it's just greatness from here on out. You feel me? Sam, shout out to you.
Thank
you. Feel
you.
me?
Yeah.
And look, yo, shout out to what you was doing. You feel me? I seen you start shooting to where you at now, man. And it's just like, watch out for this kid because he doing big things. It's a wrap, y'all. Much love.
All right.
Gang.